Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So, the finale of the Tanabata celebration is coming up this week. Tonight, we are going to have, maintenance. So the data download, which will include, full power Jiren, will come at the conclusion of the maintenance. The maintenance seems rather big. Okay, interesting. Because they haven't really announced very much. It's just like the ability to copy trending teams, right? It's like, I don't know if Amatsu and these clowns, no offense, play the game, but like these trending teams are usually modded teams. It's just modded effing teams, man. What are they thinking? Like, I maybe clean the game up. Hello. All right, anyway. But yeah, that's the only thing they're announced for a massive, maintenance right here. That is a lot of hours. Now, there is a separate notice for Android and iOS. I did see Rick tweet that it's possible they could do some type of shop changes since there's, potentially going to be different maintenances for iOS and Android. So, we'll see that data download at the conclusion of the maintenance tonight, right? Okay. So, we have the EZA details for Jiren. Jiren is rather important because Universe 11. There is a mission in the hardest fight in the game, Goku and Frieza, with 4 Universe 11 characters. Now, it's going to be rather difficult for players because, if you have, Topo, Dispo, the new Carnival Jiren, you're fine. You use a couple of items and you have, like, Tech UI, Beast Gohan, you could do it in such a way that you get some of those characters. It won't be too bad if you're using some items. But, like, these are still potentially summonable characters you need. Now, I've seen Japanese players beat it with this Tech Jiren and Margarita and stuff like that, and STR Jiren as leader. So, it's like, you can do it. Like, the fight is definitely toxic, but if you're using items, that could easily negate the toxicity of the fight. But Jiren, I mean, unlike, Topo, Dispo, and AGL Jiren, who are new summonable units, very difficult to obtain, Jiren is an LR from 4 years ago. Literally 4 years ago, because he was the Part 2 Tanabata LR of 2020. So, let's see what we got right here. We're going to use translations from Godslayer right here. Now, Minato and Goresh are both essentially on vacation right now. I do like to wait for, no offense to Godslayer here, but, kind of like trusted details. But, we could take a look at these, and I could sort of cross-reference a little bit to see, remember the, whatchamacallit, the data download will be later tonight. We'll see if there's details. Now, understand, when I'm looking at this Jiren, I'm thinking about him right now for the Universe 11 mission. So, I'm grading him on a very tough curve right here. And, if I would just pull this up as well real quick before we get started, it's not like EZAs haven't been dominant recently. If we take a look at this, most of the top 10 is EZA characters. So, a lot of it is. So, let's go ahead and jump over, and let's see what we're working with. Okay. So, the 12-key super attack, we get 50% attack and defense, colossal damage, greatly lower defense. Looks good. That's fine. 18-key, massively raise attack and defense. So, on his 12-key, he gets a 50% buff. 18-key, he gets a 100% buff. That's pretty good. Mega colossal damage, great lower defense, high chance to stun. Very solid for Super Battle Road. Very solid for, potentially Cell Max. Okay. We're off to a good start. I had Jiren pulled up. Right here. So, he had no positive stats at all on his super attack effects. Now he does. And then he does... No, yeah, okay, wait. Yeah, so, look at this, though. The 18 key is he's massively lowering defense. So I assume the 12 key stays at greatly lower defense, but this is, it's not a big deal, but it's massively lower defense. I wonder if his stun chance might even be higher than 50. No, it was 30 pre-EZA, now it's 50. That does make sense. Okay. 300% attack and defense. start a turn. 30% damage reduction for 1 turn. Okay. That is good. We could always use that. AGL Jiren, who I think I've got right here, yep. AGL Jiren is really, really good. But, I mean, turn 1, you don't really want to put him slot 1. Even, honestly, in full power, you don't really want to put him slot 1. I mean, it's very situational. I mean, a lot of times people will talk about these characters in absolutes with, you know, they just assume you have perfect RNG at all times, and the bosses are just sitting there like fish letting you do whatever you want, which is not really the case. I mean, if you have, you know, Beast or Cellmax or Blue Gogeta, you could dictate what's going on, but typically it's the boss who's doing that. Right, so it's like sometimes you end up in a spot where like Broly's got to go in slot 1 right here, or this character's got to go there, or that character's got to go there. So Jiren, as good as he is, it's only in his standby where you could kind of just put him in any slot and you're going to be safe pretty much no matter what. So this is potentially good, even just as 30% damage reduction turn 1, because it means Tech Jiren could cover this guy in slot 1 turn 1, and then this guy goes in a standby, and then you can move Tech Jiren into slot 2. And already, I mean, if Tech Jiren's getting 100% defense from his super attack effect, you know, he potentially could be good, but he's gonna need a lot more guard and damage reduction than just this. All right, he gets 100% attack and defense, an extra 100%, and then guard if HP's 40% or more. That's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely possible that you could, you know, like in the, you know, some of these difficult fights, you could fall below it. But I mean, I would rather the Jiren has just guard no matter what. But I mean, that looks good, 40%. Then he gets an additional 200% attack and defense if HP is 40% or less. Oh. Or starting from the 5th turn of battle? Okay. I mean, brother, 300%, 100%, and then 200%. I mean, do y'all need me to tell you that that's... okay, yeah. I mean, he's got big boy stats. I mean, not a shock. He's an LR. HP a little low. I mean, can we talk about that? That's a bit low. Well, I mean, just because, you know, like, Bulma's got 28,000 and stuff like that. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let's keep going. So, yep. Then we get 3 key up to 11 with each attack received. Yeah, okay, so he doesn't have any, we don't have any key until this point. So that's, what, 4 attacks? I mean, I hate having to get hit. I mean, this guy should be pretty capable in slot 1 at the start of the fight. You know, there are many... Here's the thing. Locking is one of the most devastating abilities bosses can have. And 1,000 bosses in this kind of, like, difficult content meta have got that. Trunks, who just dropped on Global. Supreme Magnificent Battle, Beast Gohan. The memorable battles, Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo fights got it. The Goku and Frieza fight has got it. Like, you get locking all over. I mean, I've found... In the Goku and Frieza fight, I don't know, I think it's because of 17 locking and being annoying. It can be tough to get the 5 hits for Evolution Blue Vegeta, so... I mean, I just never like having to get hit. It does say each attack received, so we'll see if Jiren could potentially dodge these to get the key. That could be a thorn in the side of a dodge build if he does directly need to get hit. Because right now, this is looking like a dodge character to me, just... someone who could not take a ton of damage would probably benefit most. I mean, I know how people think, right? They're like, oh my god, we gotta go 30 additional so we could just rack up the hidden potential some additional normals, but... I mean, if this guy's in slot 2, I mean, an additional... I mean, he's gonna get a nice little extra defensive buff for sure from the 50% right there, but... We'll see. Alright, so there's that. Launches an additional super starting from the turn in which the character receives a 3rd attack in battle. 3rd attack. Guaranteed additional super. You know what's funny is I actually warm up a little bit to additionals with him having a built-in additional, because I just feel like we're going to get better value. Like, we don't have to go, exactly 30 to see it proc a lot. Maybe we get to, like, 15 additional, and with him having 2 chances to proc it from these two, his normal super plus this additional right here, I feel like we'll get a better chance to get that. I mean, it's still probably going to be an additional normal, at least for me, but even 1 additional does make me feel better about giving this guy additional for sure. And then attacks super effective until types if the enemy is an attack down, defense down, or stunned. I mean, that's mostly pointless. I mean, certainly it's not going to help against, like, Goku and Frieza or anything like that. But, I mean, I don't want to say directly pointless because, like, Gogeta, you could attack debuff. Trunks, you could lower his defense. Like, a lot of these fights, Cell Max, we could debuff. A lot of these fights, there are debuffs in there. Performs a crit and 1 attack break. Oh, wow. When key is 24. Holy shit. Okay. Here's one thing I actually want to do. I want to pull up. So we see that the only key he's got here is just 11, huh? Hold on. So Jiren, I'm lost. We have turn up power, that's 3 key right there. And shocking speed is 2 key. That's 5 key. So just right away that gets him to 11 key. Plus 11. 22. He only needs 2 key spheres. Or like 1 key sphere if it's tech. Wow, yeah. This looks very good. I don't know. He's gonna be hitting very hard. I mean, I don't think people. Oh my god, really? Like, yeah, like he's gonna be hitting hard. I just like. I mean, him against Goku and Frieza with the 300%, the 100%, and then the 200%. You're above 40% HP, so he's guarding. I mean, the thing is that you can't. Pretty much no character can go in front of Goku and Frieza when they're under 50% HP and survive this super. It's actually only like Cell Max with his active that could tank it. Beast Gohan, if you have all of Beast Gohan's damage reduction abilities up, Beast Gohan can tank it. But you would have to, so a Beast Gohan that starts in slot 7 could tank Goku and Frieza under 50% HP. But it's almost no characters can do it. So it's like, we're not really looking at Jiren like, okay, could Jiren tank that? Because the answer is no. The answer is no. I do think Jiren, though, I mean, with him having this, if this is up, because we can get it starting from the 5th turn, from the start of battle, too, by the way. It's not even start of turn. And, like, so, like, he's guarding with the 600% attack and defense. I feel like he could probably go slot 1 against Goku and Frieza their first turn, where they're doing just a little bit under 3 million, right? Now again, I'm a lot of my thoughts right now are aimed at that fight, and it's specifically because of the Universe 11 mission, right? Like this Jiren is badly needed, and for most players, he's gonna be crucial. Because, again, it's like Topo, Dispo, Jiren. Like, these are new summonable units. All 3 have come out just within the last 3 months on JP. Very tough to expect players that, like, summon all those characters. But Jiren, again, is someone that's been around for years. Yeah, they're supering for 2.8 turn 1. I've seen many characters. AGL Broly eats it for, like, 300k-ish. AGL Jiren can eat it for, similar amounts of damage. I think a little bit less, like 200k. But obviously, once this is up, they are a death machine. You have to dodge, essentially. You've got to dodge it. So, okay. Jiren looks really good. I'm sure there might be, like, 1 or 2 slight differences, but these translations, they do seem to look good. Well, there is 1 extra 80% HP right there, which is not in here. Let me just glance at someone else's translations to see what is that 80% HP right there, because that's not in this. Right on schedule, the Dokkan Wiki. The Dokkan Wiki is pretty accurate. I mean, you know, everyone can make mistakes here and there. You guys know I make a lot of mistakes. But this should be pretty good. Okay, so this looks the same. This looks the same. Of course, it is massively lower defense. We got the 300%, 30% damage reduction for 1 turn, 100% attack defense. The guard when HP is 40% or more. Now, the 200% attack damage started from the turn in which the characters... Wait, 200% attack and defense starting from the turn in which the character's HP is 40% or less from start of turn, or if HP is 80% or less starting from the 5th turn from the character's entry turn. Oh, wait a minute. This is a... So you fall below the HP threshold once, and it's a permanent buff. But it is still... dude, I can envision myself... Because... what I've been doing is, I mean, again, you guys, when doing the missions, I mean, don't try and be me, right? Like, when I did this, I did a full accelerated battle lineup, which, you know, gave some difficulties compared to just running, like, Beast Gohan, you know, double Beast Gohan with some accelerated battle characters, which you can do, right? But I've been challenging myself with stuff like that. I'm going to try and beat the mission with a full Universe 11. I mean, certainly I could foresee... frustration with, you know, just on Jiren's turn, I'm at 81% HP or something like that. But if this is a permanent buff once you fall below that threshold, that's pretty good. I mean, if you're potentially running STR Jiren or Margarita or something like that, it potentially wouldn't be that hard to fall below that threshold. The 3 key with each attack received, additional super after he gets his 3rd attack in battle. Yeah, it does say received. It makes me think dodge would work. Super effective against all types. Wait, no. Okay, wait. We'll see. Once the data download hits, I can confirm myself. So, according to this, he's super effective against all types guaranteed. And then crit... if the enemy's in attack down, defensive down, or stunned. What does he do in base? Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's probably it. The crit at 24 key is just honey. But I don't... Oh, damn. Okay. Crit when the enemy's in attack down, defensive down, status, or stunned. It's not that bad. I mean, a lot of the tough fights, you can do that. But the toughest fight where we need this guy specifically, where there's no debuffing going on in here. They just made them immune to everything across the board. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could... Yeah. Can you defensive debuff this character? It doesn't. They die in 2 seconds. This is like such a throwaway phase right here. This does nothing. They die instantly. Okay. And then the attack break is always. He gets an attack break every turn? That's good. That's very good. Every turn? If he doesn't have the guaranteed crit at 24 key, now, I mean, crits do become... I mean, guess what, kids? When you're fighting Goku and Frieza, guess what you need to do? You need to crit. So now I'm looking at this guy. Dodge, obviously, is king. We know how good that is. But, like, raw defense, I think could be good for this guy. With his, 500% stats he'll have, 600% stats he might have. Raw attack, I think, could be good. Crit could be good. I do like additional better on a character with an additional compared to AGL Jiren. I feel like the value will be higher. You could still get a lot of additional hidden potential, some additional normals, which do nothing. It's like, that's the thing. Like, people are so obsessed with going like 30 additional on these characters, but like if you get the hidden potential, some additional normal, you get 0 value from it essentially. So it's like, listen. If additionals just gave you a guaranteed additional super, I would be going 30 additional on every character. Like, yeah, for sure, dude. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. I think you could build this guy in any way you want to. This looks like a character. I think any of the 5 options have merit. if he has crit at 24 key, you don't need crit. But the way this is, I don't think there's a wrong way to build this character, Jiren. This looks, I see good arguments for all 5. Raw attack, raw defense, dodge, additional crit. I see good arguments for all 5 for Jiren. If this is exactly it. We'll see. There's a good chance that there's a lot of stuff correct, some stuff wrong here, and a lot of stuff correct, some stuff wrong here. Again, I'll be able to 100% confirm once the data download happens. Jiren does seem very good. I don't know if he actually enters this, though. Is this Jiren going to be better than Broly? I don't think so. Because, like, Gold and Frieza and 17 are invincible. They ate this boss's super for 200k. Gold and Frieza and 17. They are ridiculous. Team Universe 7 is given multiple turn support. We know how good Broly is, and especially how good Broly is in the literal hardest fight in the game. And what Gogeta does, I don't think Jiren pushes into this list. I don't think so. But, I mean, we'll see. Maybe Jiren's numbers in-game are much higher than I thought. Let's look at Halvard's defensive calcs, and we'll finish with that. All right, let's take a look here. Ooh. 800k? Wait a minute, hold on. There's a lot of different variables here. So, I mean, 800k, that is just 800k with guard? Bro, that's terrible. I'm sorry. 800k with guard is not good. Okay. When HP is 40% or more. I remember that Halvard might be working off of kind of like busted translations a little bit, right? I'm just looking at it without additionals. I mean, I guess it is... Well, he does have the guaranteed additional once he gets hit twice, so I want to look at that. I mean, if you get the hidden potential system additional, jumping up to 1.2 with guard, I mean, certainly that... Now we're talking a little bit better there. HP is 80% or less. So this is after he gets the extra 200%. That's much better. That's much better. Okay. So once he has this one, where is it? Yeah, okay. Once he has, it's this, the extra 200%. Again, it does seem to be permanent once you fall below 40% sometime during the fight, or from turn 5 or beyond at below 80%. He's looking good at that point. With 40% support. Who? I mean, there is certainly the domain. I mean, Topo and Pride Trooper is a character we'll be running that will be supporting. Base Topo is actually a character. Topo and Pride Trooper, though, correct me if I'm wrong, those are both 30% support characters, though, I believe. I think they're both given 30. 30. No, they get 50. They get, excuse me, 50. Okay. Huh. Within Tech UI, Goku's domain. Alright, so, yeah, turn 1, you can go slot 1 with the extra damage reduction. After that, he's a locked slot 2 character. I mean, so running... Once you go into AGL full power Jiren, this guy's got to get floated. You're not going to be able to get away with one of the full power Jirens in slot 1 beyond that point. This guy definitely does look good. There is value in a character that's, you know, very tanky, doing good damage in slot 3. But even these numbers, I mean, he's not as good defensively as, like, 17 and Golden Frieza. But 17 and Golden Frieza can basically never go slot 1. Full power Jiren can on his first turn. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he looks good. Not potentially top 10, but I do think this Jiren looks good. I think he should work well with the other Universe 11 characters. Let me know what you guys are thinking about our boy, Tech Jiren right here. Again, he does seem pretty good. Let's see what some of the numbers are going to look like in-game. I mean, it's Again, he's a character too where, you know, you could go any of the 5, I think, major things, you know, in his hidden potential system build, and you could get good value from it. We'll see how it's going to look. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next time.